Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. Guys, today I've got something very exciting for you. This is an overview, not a review, but an overview of the new line of reissued Cold Steel Mini Recon 1 folding knives. And here it is. Guys, I can guarantee you, if this is not the very first video on YouTube showcasing the new for 2021 reissued Mini Recon 1 line of knives from Cold Steel, if this isn't the very first video on YouTube doing that, I'm definitely one of the very first. These things were released literally just a couple of days ago, maybe almost 5 days ago. The Mini Recon 1 has been on Cold Steel's website, showing as coming soon for quite a while now. Well, they're here. They just landed, just got released, and I got my hands on one of the very first ones. No, it's not a free sample. It's not a review sample. As usual, with everything you see on my channel, I bought it with my own money. I had it shipped out to me. It arrived very quickly. I bought it off of eBay. You can find it on sale there from numerous reputable eBay online sellers. That's where I got mine. And it's available in one of three blade shapes: a tanto, a spear point that's closer to being a combination spear point and drop point, and the one you're seeing here. This is the clip point version. Yeah, there it is. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, as usual, there will be specs in the description box below. Go check that out at the end of the video. But let's give you guys a good look at that beautiful Stonewashed blade. Now, the reason why I chose the clip point version, one, I'm not a fan of tanto points, and the spear point, the blade shape was a little too symmetrical for my liking. I mean, this is something I want to be able to carry with me and not be accused of violating local dirk or dagger laws. So it made the selection rather easy for me. A nice wide clip point, Stonewashed blade shape, dual thumb studs, as you can see, but definitely more oriented for right-handers, although this can be reversed. And that is a nice, somewhat thick spine. Yep, goes all the way down. Very nice. Here's the handle. Now, for those of you unfamiliar, this may look like a traditional rocker lock or mid-top lock design. It's not. This is Cold Steel's somewhat famous triad lock. Now, normally on a rocker lock or a top lock, if you see a gap like that in between the rear spine of the blade and the front of the locking bar, yeah, your knife is horribly broken. Don't use it. But this is actually what you should see on a Cold Steel triad lock. you should see that gap which you're seeing here. And the triad lock makes this knife and all others that have it. First of all, it's a Cold Steel exclusive, and this is one of the absolute strongest locking mechanisms you can get for a folding knife. Absolutely. One of the absolute strongest. It is just amazing. I own numerous triad lock Cold Steel folding knives. None have failed me. Absolutely none at all. And here's the other side, as you can see. There's the newer Cold Steel logo. The blade is AUS 10A. Yeah, made in Taiwan. Now, for those unfamiliar with AUS 10A, it's basically, well, yeah, it's basically 440C, but 440C that's not made in America. So when you see AUS 10A, 440C. Tested, proven blade steel. Now, the handle scales are bead blasted G10. Very nice. Keep in mind, I wear a large size glove, and this knife locks in my hand very well. I can get a full 4-finger grip around the handle scales, and it's very comfortable, and the hand is locked in there. If your hand is bigger than a size large, yeah, you're gonna run out of real estate on the handle, as you can see. But for me, this is excellent. Locks the hand in there. Very nice. Very nice. Criticisms so far? Well, not too many. First of all, yeah, I don't need a Stonewashed clip that says Cold Steel on it. I don't want to advertise the fact that I have a knife clipped to my pocket. So I definitely would have preferred if the clip and the screws had a nice black coating. But that can easily be taken care of with a can of spray paint. Okay, second criticism. There is a bit of jimping on the sides of the handle scale, but that's really there for show. This is incredibly smooth. There's no jimping there. There's no jimping on the spine of the blade. I would have preferred some jimping for a little bit better grip. I mean, the handle does do an absolutely excellent job of locking your hand in there, so that's good, but a bit of jimping on the spine of the blade would have been nice. But again, minor thing. Let's see. Anything else? Well, there's also the thumb studs. When combined with the triad lock, this really isn't the sort of knife with thumb studs that you just flick open and the knife opens up. No, these are the type of thumb studs where you put your thumb on the thumb stud and you ride it open. Yep. If you're looking for a folding knife with a 3-inch blade that's heavy duty and you can flick the thumb studs and open up the blade, this is not the knife for you. But for me, that's a minor thing. I'm familiar with the triad lock, and it's not really the sort of lock mechanism combined with thumb studs that lends itself well to just flicking a knife open. At least that's been my experience. So yes, you do have to ride the thumb stud to open the blade. The clip and screws would have preferred it if they were black coated, and there's no jimping on the knife. This little bit of jimping on the sides of the handle scales here up front, yeah, that's just for show. But overall, this is a really good looking knife. Now, as for the history of the Mini Recon 1, Cold Steel has an entire line of different sizes depending on blade length. And like I said, this is a reissue. This knife used to be available years ago. It got discontinued a few months back. I tried to track down an original, and I failed badly because it seems that people who have an original 3-inch bladed Mini Recon 1, they tend to hold on to them. So recently, Lynn Thompson of Cold Steel sold his company, and the individuals whom he sold it to recently asked Cold Steel fans, which knife designs from the past, which are discontinued, would you like to see us possibly bring back? And this guy was not the most popular answer from the fans, but it was one of the answers. I mean, it's just hard to imagine. This is a really good, and always has been, large pocket knife. That's how I see it. I mean, yes, the blade is only 3 inches long, but as you can see, it's quite wide for a 3-inch bladed pocket knife, and the handle is a bit wide as well, but especially that blade. So this is a knife that honestly looks bigger than it really is, but it is an ideal size. I mean, any sort of cutting task you could realistically imagine that a large folding knife could handle. This is one of the best options out there. I have no clue why the original Mini Recon 1 was discontinued, other than probably the fact that it didn't sell well. Now, the bigger Recon 1 has a 4-inch blade, and that's wonderful, but it's not going to be street legal to carry in a lot of jurisdictions. And then the next size smaller is actually the Micro Recon 1, which is, you know, the handle will only accommodate 2 fingers. It is a locking knife, but the Micro Recon 1 doesn't come with a clip. You do get a split ring for it, and it's literally designed to be carried on your keys. So, smaller than this, you have a keychain knife. Bigger than this, you have a full-size folding knife with a 4-inch blade that's not going to be street legal to carry in a lot of places, even in a lot of places in America. But this, you got a 3-inch blade, you got a heavy-duty lock mechanism with Cold Steel's Triad lock. You get a really good handle, locks the hand in there, and this is just absolutely Now, these are my initial thoughts, but this just feels like an absolutely fantastic heavy-duty EDC large pocket knife. Maybe it was a few years ahead of its time, who knows? Maybe it'll be discontinued again, I hope not. But hey, I got mine. I'm very happy with it. I might do a more in-depth review in the future after I've EDC'd it for a while. But yeah, this has been an overview of the Cold Steel Mini Recon 1. I absolutely love it so far. We'll see if that changes. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. Have a good one. Please continue to stay safe.